Alright, so 2 events are down on ticket number 15, and 2 events to go. First one being a Coyote Rage in the mud plugger, and then we should have 1 more on this ticket left. And then, once we've done that, we can officially move on. Now, do we have any vehicles we've not used yet? Okay, we do not. Well, I've already used the Slugger twice up to this point, I think. And I was debating in knowing if I should use the Bushwhacker again, just because I want to. I mean, I've already used the Bulldog once, so I just want to keep changing my choices. Yeah, let's use the Bushwhacker again, just because I want to. Racing trucks will be the favourites here, but you have an advantage in the mud, so make the most of it. Save your boost for the long dry straights. Beware of the other mud pluggers. Slam the ATVs. So that pretty much gives us a brief summary on what other vehicles will be up against here at Coyote Rage, and hopefully, if it's possible, this will be easier. I mean, it'll certainly be an easier circuit to navigate. Just clearing my throat. Than the tenderizer at the very least. Attempt number 3 at this, because apparently this is pretty hard. And not necessarily in terms of me, you know, trying to avoid the... Okay, I'm not taking that jump. Yeah, I just had to do a little turnaround there so I could get through the mud, because apparently that's where this thing has the advantage over the ATVs, even though in terms of overall track speed they have clearly been faster. And yep, looks like someone just totally destroyed their ATV. Probably hit a rock or something that caused that much destruction. And onto lap 2, someone else has just hit the wall. And trying to keep myself out of the fence, even though there are no fences on this course. And this is not going to be good. Okay, this is actually pretty hard. I thought for sure it was going to be challenging, but already this is now my 3rd attempt at doing this, because it's either because I keep making too many cock-ups, or it's simply just because, compared to the ATVs, I am slow. It's definitely one of the two, and I think it's the first of those two. Options I just meant, the first of those two cliches I just mentioned. It's probably the fact I'm saying that I'm making too many fuck-ups and not enough competing. Considering this is already my 4th attempt of doing this. Whilst also trying not to burn the motor. And the leader is right up there. Acceleration looks as though the ATV has got me beat, but in terms of overall speed, I might be able to catch him. If I can avoid doing what I've already been doing. Which is basically getting fucked at every corner. Basically getting fucked at every corner imaginable, more or less. And still at the back, trying to take the lead, down in the mud once again, and still fighting for the lead here. And keeping myself in contention for the win. I'm in position this time, so maybe it is doable for me to potentially get the win. And now it looks as though it is definitely doable, because I just moved him out of the way. Okay, took me a couple of failed attempts to get it right, but eventually I did manage to overcome the adversity. And this thing's actually in pretty good condition, because I literally did not wreck in that race once, which was probably the main reason why I didn't lose on that attempt. It was probably because I managed to avoid destroying the truck, which is probably the main reason on why I won that race, because I kept my nose clean. Yeah, okay, I think that should do it. So in the end, after pulling off a bump and run on one of the ATVs, I won by under 3.7 seconds, or 2.6 seconds over Barlos the Jackal, and Lord Jim in his Patriot Bulldog once again completes the podium. And then from 4th to 9th we had Maka ahead of Hal S, Svetlana, Oscar Gratz, Lucy Diamond, Whistler Brown and Laura Gibbons. And then for the bottom 5 we had Svoboda ahead of McCloskey, Monty Dog 13th ahead of Spanky Moppet. And then at the back was Yassine Salami. Interesting names there. Well, anyways, let's move on. And has to be said, that was another close race. Even though I think in the end I probably would have won the race anyway on pure speed had I not pulled off the bump and run. And we got another mud plugger, I think. And now we have just one event left. Walk the plank. Our final event on the first level 4 ticket.